Hello and welcome. It's me, David, and I made the decision to actually record and upload some videos about gameplay. And I found a particularly nice little game that came out pretty recently. It's in alpha, but I would say it's very complete, which is called Space Haven. And the reason I'm idling on this window is because it has a very nice menu song, which it has no right to have. So.
We'll meet again, we'll love again, under the sky.
So, for an early access game, it's very polished. It's very much... It has some... it's got some of the same veins as Dwarf Fortress and that Colony Sim, which I can't remember the name of at the moment for some reason. So, I've played a little bit to kind of understand it, but I don't really know how the game works properly yet, so that'll be fine. You have 3 modes: peaceful, builder, medium, harsh. Peaceful, sorry, 4 modes. Peaceful is just you make a ship. There are still aliens apparently. I'm going to play on builder because I'm a big baby and I don't know what I'm doing. So just a quick thing. There are 2 versions of the game scenarios at the moment. You've got a platform, which is effectively a regular kind of box that you can use to build a ship from, and you have abandoned mining stations, which are the idea being that you are isolated and need to build from there. As I haven't done a single proper playthrough yet, I'm going to stick with the basic platform and go with builder mode. It's a really nice looking game as well, which is wonderful, and if you've played games like Dwarf Fortress, you'll be familiar with this concept of kind of pre-building your team. Now there's no customization here, you just randomize them. So this chap Darren, he's a botanist to constructor and he's got good shielding. I don't know what shielding does. I know what constructor and botany does. Excuse me. So what we've got here, we've got a firefighter who is a pilot and a weapons guy. Joseph, a blacksmith, who is charming, so delightful, who is good at navigating weapons and mining. And we've got a telemarketer. So you can get an idea for your general kind of team arrangement down the side. So here, there's a big problem there. I don't know how you get new crew members either, which is a bit of an issue. Ectophilia. Oh, he likes dark spaces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to randomize these guys until I have a pretty good layout. I'm gonna... I'll randomize Darren. So there's Jax, who is a... Oh, you can change their shirts. That's nice. That's real nice. Huh. But I don't want Jax. A lawyer who is a medical expert. Piloting... That's really specific. Immune to aliens haunt me in my dreams. Well, okay. Well, he seems very limited in what he can do. And also very much won't be going onto any spaceships. So he seems like a guy, yeah. Guy. He's not going anywhere. But he's cool. I kind of like that because you can just leave him on the ship and he does things. Yeah. We've got this firefighter, Giles, who I'm going to also randomize. No. That's pretty robust. Material mover. Oh, that's really useful. Once again, no medical, no gunning. operations and shielding and industry, some perks there. We'll randomize Joseph until I want to see some middle numbers there. Medical 3, absolutely. Tito, okay, he's got a nice green shirt. And this chappy Kit, we need gunner and shielding. We need a decent gunner now. And shielding. So, oh, that worked. In a supportive environment. Well. See how that goes. Nice red shirt, so I can identify you easily. Wait, yeah. Oh, okay, it's randomizing. Oh, that's really cool. So, the medical 0. Okay, the way I want to run these is to basically have a chill time, relax. If anyone is watching, I hope you enjoy yourself. I'm going to explore this game a little bit, and I'll probably play other games as well. This is just, it gives me an opportunity to play some cool stuff and also ramble a bit, which is nice. I need tools immediately. Tools, right. Okay, so what do we have? Now, given that tools probably going to need the resources, I'm gonna try and not cram everything up too much, because yeah, I'll just put the tool station right here. So this is literally just a box in space. See, it's a box in space. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And if you zoom out, there's it looks like there's a spaceship there that's derelict and damaged, which I could probably loot from, and some asteroids. Yeah, I like this view personally. So, because this is the tutorial mode, I'll be given a list of specific things to do, and I'll see how it goes, really. So it's kind of a bit like, yeah, obviously it has some RimWorld. There you go. It has some elements of RimWorld, Dwarf Fortress, all of those games. And actually, no, I'm going to ignore that instruction. I'm going to go straight for making lights, because they're very important. And the last thing we need is for people to not see. And it's making everyone's mood drop, and I really don't want that. Just a little bit. I don't need endless lights. But the very least I can do is to get them visibility, because O2 should last a while, I think. Yeah, safe CO2 levels, high O2 levels. I can leave that for a while. That'll be fine. Get some illumination going on. Power doesn't reach that far. Floor nodes? Yeah, okay. Go with the floor node. So it's quite involved. It is very similar to RimWorld. The graphics are frankly wonderful. I really enjoy the pixel graphics. It reminds me a little bit of kind of the like the early 2000s pixel graphics that you used to get. I really enjoy that. But yeah, if you've played Dwarf Fortress or anything, any kind of colony simulation game, you'll be familiar with people being miserable constantly. So with the power here, I need to link it up. Link and linked. They have a maximum number of connections as well, which is really worth taking into account. So I've got a bit of light for my guys. I do want more, because light seems to be a really major mood altering thing. How many is that? Oh yeah, and enjoy me spacing everything out precisely, because I'm a massive loser who has a thing for tiles. I think that's actually not going to be... Yeah, it's in range. Good, good, good. So everyone needs things like habitation and all of that jazz. But what I am going to do quickly is I am just going to mock up very quick habitation area. Because when I've played this game in like before, I've tried to kind of have a go at it. I've made a few key mistakes, even in like this tutorial box, and you know, I've not made the right planning or anything else. So, like straight off the bat, I'm going to make this separate off a habitation zone, which will be for bunks, bathrooms, kitchen, etc. And this will keep it nice and isolated, hopefully increase people's mood, especially given I've apparently got a suicidal person, which is not ideal for anybody, especially them. Very much not ideal for them. But this time I've got some quite good builders, which is nice. And that should help a lot. As you can see though, there's a... You can place wall... You have wall items and standard items. So you end up with this quite... You can be quite dense with what you do. And there's not much verticality in how you build. But I think it works quite nicely. And at least in this example, in this scenario, you do get quite a lot of resources, which is wonderful, because no resources is a bad time. So I think what I'm going to do... Okay, I'm going to be blunt, the wall lights kind of suck. They're not great. They are bad. Okay, can't build there because of this thing. I'm going to move. Move it along. Okay, it's that. It's nice isometric, which it's not too hard to tell what you want to do, but it'd be good if you had a bit more of an idea of where the light will cast and how it works. But yeah, this is my Saturday mid-afternoon coffee and video games. And I completely ignore the tutorial, and probably people will suffocate. Okay, they're not power grid, alright. But that does mean that we can put a wall node in, which I think, that's not ideal. I don't mind a bit of overlap, as long as it's like sensible, because I can, no, it has to be there. So, in my personal opinion, it's kind of a pleasure to try and make it look like a real spaceship. that for me is the fun. And I'll see if I can avoid killing all these guys, because I don't really want to. So that's there on that bulkhead. I can then bisect this here, plop a door in, and that can be a bunk and bathroom area. It's not going to be the nicest bunk and bathroom area, but it will be a bunk and bathroom area. And because I mean the toilets are pretty functional, you know. It all depends on how you want to go about building them. Because I think if I go to, yeah, the toilets are a 4x4, and as long as you know, as long as you pay attention, it's you can make quite nice things. So I'm going to link you up to you, and I can also link you to there, which is maybe a bit risky because then I don't have many links left of that. But you can make like one-way routes. It can be quite complicated. That's the power view. So, where do I want to put that toilet? That's a good question. Because that door placement doesn't help. Well, the whole place is pretty crap, to be honest. So what we can do is make that into a bunk space. And that'll be quite useful. And we can put ourselves a nice jolly old couch in there. Huh. Oh, handy. Okay, all this stuff works in a certain way, and see, by putting these lights up I've made my life a little bit difficult. That's alright. It's not a problem. So what I wanted to kind of go for... Yeah, that's the relaxation area. Put those tables down. And I think... There we go. Now, as you can see, the O2 is dropping. It's quite a killer problem. So first things first, on life support, I'm going to put an air vent in here, and I'm going to put an air vent in here. And I will put an oxygen scrubber right outside. And then CO2 scrubber there. Huzzah! So now we'll get all that underway. So we've got habitation, entertainment, relaxation, and gas. Hopefully this major discomfort will stop. I don't really know why that's happening. Overall mood, okay. Feeling a little hungry, lonely. Work. Well, I'm sorry you have to work, buddy. We all have to work. Right, we will need a kitchen. So there's thankfully space for that over here. So the insufficient resources message is, I've already done that, so it's fine. The insufficient resources message will be pretty constant, just because, unfortunately, it is. That is, I think it's because, this is the really cool stuff, sorry. So the reason why that's pretty much always going to be there is because, as far as I'm aware, at the start of the game your storage is full and half the stuff you need isn't in storage, therefore it's not seen. So this is where it gets super cool. You can just expand your ship. You just make it bigger. I know they're not on the power grid, buddy. I did that myself. So what I can do, for example, here is if I go to oh, okay, so you can just pre-sketch. Oh, and you can modify things. I might give that a go in a minute. So, for example, if I do this, want to do that. Oh, nope. No, no. No, 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 no. There we go. So let's say I wanted to build out like this. So it's a bit sectioned off. Actually, no, I can just do the whole thing, can't I? And then I can... I think they'll break those lights. Oh, yeah, I do need to build a toilet. Actually, no, that's perfect, because then I can build the toilet off the back. And then you have a little guy. He comes out and he builds it. And it's really cool. I love this so much. This is great. But that is these little things here. These pod hangers have mining pods, and they're the things that go out and build it. So you're actually going out and building it. So that's a mine with Adeline in it, who needs to sleep and is not happy. And there's a shuttle for away missions. So I don't really know what I'm doing with this format. I'm just kind of going to play some games and just put it up here. I don't know how long the episodes will run on for. When I originally made this channel, I wanted to do little snippets of reviews of old games, which is why it's named what it's named. I think it would be pretty funny if I went about putting up 40-minute long episodes on a channel called Short Play. But probably, I think there'll be, I reckon about 30 minutes a pop will be good. So please bear with me as I learn what the hell I'm doing. Because I don't know anything. I know nothing about nothing. So I want to try changing the look. Okay. I don't know what this does. Right, never mind. It did something, for sure. So with all those vents in place now, the O2 should be stable. Perfect. Stabilized O2. This might have a bit of oxygen not included style stuff in it, where you end up having to manage gases. What I like about it is it has a really hard alien vibe to it. Because it's very low-techy. Well, I mean, it's clearly not low-tech, but I mean, everything's blinky lights, and then you've just got a kitchen and a jukebox. And in that way, it's kind of a little bit alien-y. Now, apparently there's pirates and stuff. I've not touched this point and never got there. I might build just as a future investment, just build a solar panel. And also, I don't know where you get these crystalline rods from, which is a blistering concern of mine. I think a solar panel would be of merit, says the guy that doesn't know what he's doing, and it could be a terrible, terrible idea. I could just slot a solar panel in here. I can rotate it. It does a little jig. Ooh. There are plenty of spaces for it. Would I want to stick it right on the end? I could do. I mean, not much going on over there. I don't know how ship destruction works, so I'm careful about placing important stuff in various places. I also don't want to do is load the power grid too much. But I think the solar panel might have value, so because it's just a source of power for emergencies. To be honest, over here might be good because then at least it's just on the grid. Oh, and everyone's asleep now. You can change the schedules and work timings. You can make people, so you can make it a 24-hour ship if you want to. Using the schedule tool here. So it's a little bit like if you play Dwarf Fortress with some mods, you can tweak their work schedules and how they function. Yeah, it's kind of more like RimWorld in space, to be honest. Wait. Just has the thinking emoji, just as a point of conversation. But I mean, I'm playing this game because it's new and it's interesting. I know there's a new Command and Conquer out, which everyone will play. Cool. Can't raise O2 levels because it's already... Is that a medium? 126. Define 126. Is that high? Is that low? It's only 4 people. I don't know how much oxygen humans consume. That's interesting. Okay, I need to just... I want to build the toilets up there, so I just need to wait for that to finish. Just whiz it forward for a bit. Before everyone just dies of lack of poop. Cool. It's done. And as I predicted, those lights... Oh, they're on those walls, so that's fine. Okay. Let's build some more walls. Okay, no, let's build the toilets. So we are going to put those, I think... No need to just overdoor things. Just put the... Okay. Yes, plan. Not the tidiest of solutions, but it should work. Oh no, no. There's no need for that at all. I can do this. Dismantle, and then put doors in that place, and I can just put one too, and then it's a nice tidy lavatory. In the dark. Everyone loves toilets in the dark. Definitely. Can I just fast forward it again? Because as long as you're in the build mode, it will look complete. No path found. Yeah, that's because there's a wall in the way. So the way you get food is by growing it, which is a bit of an obvious thing, really. And I'll get to that in a second. I'm not sure. I need to have a think. Because I don't think I've got enough power grids. Yeah, so that's off grid at the moment up there. Can I build that? It does exist, so that's a plus. Slap an actual power node on the end of proper physical power node, but I think that would cause some distress for people. I'm not sure anybody wants to stare at a power node as they're on the lav. Okay, so this is the important thing. I need to link this up. And the best way to do that would be to link it to that. But it does create a delicate situation if power goes. If we lose power or something breaks, then we'll have a full disconnect. But once that one's up, we should have a better situation. I need to build those growing beds though. But I'd rather start with big growing beds so I can get a mixture of fruit and veg. and fake meat, which is what you can actually grow. Excuse me, this simulated meat. I picked a really good time to start doing this because obviously my throat is screwed for reasons that don't begin with a C. I had hay fever. I don't have a problematic virus. Yeah, so take that for example. That's now a loop. So if this goes, then this breaks off from the main generator. How much is that producing? There's not much of a sun, but to be honest, it's fine. What's temperature like? Room temperature. Wicked sick. O2's fine. I need to build ventilation in those. That's a life support thing. Oh, it's actually, yeah. So I could build vents. There and there. The toilets actually produce wastewater, which is really cool. They are kind of just like reclamation, like water reclamation. Of course, if I put that there, that'll be alright. So, grow beds. That's the next step. Now, in theory, I'm going to want those to be near storage. I need more lights still. I might take this a bit longer than I probably would otherwise, just because it's the first one and I'm enjoying myself. That and I don't know how to do end transitions, so I need to think about that. Yeah, so now I've got this loop. So that can't be used for spreading anymore. So yeah, you kind of make a little bit of an interconnected network, which is cool. I like that system. I think the system is actually quite well done. Let's put one of these boys over here. There's not much going on over there. Okay. So facilities, nope. Resource, food. Also, there's so much stuff to build. It is crazy. Although all the water purification stuff needs to go near your growing beds, realistically. I might take this as an opportunity to expand the hull a bit. Oh, you can't expand out there because that's where your shuttle kind of... There's like a docking thing. So you dock with those ships. So for now, I'm going to just... yeah, as long as there's food in storage, my guys will be fine. Morale's improving. You can take that jukebox. That's probably why. Because jukeboxes are wicked and awesome. Oh, okay. Okay, that does actually work. Aha. Haha, that's really cool. So now they've got this really clinical look to them. Oh, that's nice, I like that. Want some more kind of homely... Well, there's duplicated, so I don't actually... Oh, so you can have like raggedy walls. Oh, it just randomizes the walls. Okay, okay. Yeah, I want nice ones. Okay, so not all of them change the floors. That's interesting. Okay, so those ones don't change the floors. Okay, that's not super obvious from the icons. There you go, there's something to improve. I'll leave them as the white ones because they are easy to see. So yeah, game devs, you can't tell what the floors look like based off this alone. It's not very obvious. That is all. It's really nicely done. I mean, this is just a cube. It's just a space station with no control, no ability to do jumps, no ability to do much. So at this point, it's basically just a spaceship, and that's cool. You know, I like that. So once it's kind of grown a bit, it should be possible to kind of branch out and, oh yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, yeah, you can travel. You can go places. I'm not sure what the goal is, but it's there's a lot to see and do, even just in this sector alone. So this is where we are. This is where we can go. And this is where we can continue to go. So I'm not sure, as I said, I'm not sure what the end goal is. But there's a lot of material here. And it's kind of like a mix of lots of games I like. And I just kind of saw it on PC Gamer and went, this looks good. This looks nice. And as soon as I get into combat and probably my poor people getting vented out into space, it'll be a lot more unpleasant. But for now, I'm getting ready to make the square beds, and I will see you next time. Thank you so very much for watching. If you like listening to me whilst playing video games, give a subscribe, give a listen. I'm also doing a recovery fitness thing. There's a oh shit.